Hi there, my name is Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And this is another video following up on the Jay Lee, Tom King, and now Rich Johnston mixes himself into the story. Rich Johnston, the Goebbels of the anti-Comicsgate movement. You know, the one who really deals with the propaganda. Here's a website called Bleeding Cool. If you don't know it, God bless you. You're very lucky. Or if you go to it, you'll have 100 tabs open up, windows open up as they try and desperately sell you stuff. So, okay, I will catch up with the story in 1 second. Well, first, can I ask you guys, can you hit the subscribe button? That'll be fan-dabby-double-dozy. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. I am very grateful to everybody. I really, really am. It's incredible. But, yes, it's true. I'm very grateful. If you subscribe, you can enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week is a pretty good one, if I do say so myself. It is the Indiana Jones, the Adventure of Indiana Jones, the complete DVD movie collection, which was true when this came out, but is no longer true. This came out before the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and so that is not included in the box set. I would say probably a better box set for it, but it does have awesome behind the scenes making of disc, which is just fantastic. I recommend it. That's actually, I would have said that's better than the other disc, but I watched Temple of Doom the other night and I forgot how freaking good it was. Oh my god, that is an incredible movie. I would say it's probably Spielberg's best movie. It's most enjoyable movie. If you haven't seen it for a while, I really recommend it. Go and check it out. On Friday, go check out my channel. We've got a panel discussing it on a show we have called Video Vault. The Rabbi from Another Planet's Video Vault. Bit of a shameless plug. I thought I'll throw out there. So anyway, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to win that, the prize draw is on August 2nd. I'm going to be on the TARDIS zone, where if the 2nd is a Saturday, we're doing a wash along of the Doctor Who story, Planet of Fire, and if it's on if the 2nd is on Sunday, we're doing a watch along of the Doctor Who story, The Idiot's Lantern. So but that's when we're doing the giveaway. Good luck if you enter. Yes, that's basically what I have to say. Good luck. Fine. So so the story is it's another cancel culture story from within the comic book industry. Tom King was the writer on Batman. He was absolutely terrible. He was hired because he had the right type of politics. Essentially, I would say if the guy was like an out and out Republican, he would never have got a job, and so that's why I liked him. And he's also part of the Twitter mobs that like to cancel bills. So he saw a Twitter mob coming for him because he has a new comic book coming out called Rorschach, based on a character by Alan Moore. Which I finally understand. I finally now understand why Alan Moore is upset that his characters are used without his permission. Because he knows everyone's they're going to get screwed up. I'm like, because this book by Tom King is just, it's going to be awful. I think I'm going to review it. Haven't decided yet, but I can totally get why Alan Moore doesn't like his characters being used. Anyway, they released a variant cover by a wonderful artist by the name of Jay Lee. Just an absolute fantastic artist. He's been in the industry decades. All well and good, but as you would have thought, but no, because there are people who are Republicans. I was going to say they are. That's really their crime. That's their crime. They vote in a particular direction, and so they were hounded out of the comic book industry, and they went and they made their own thing called Comicsgate, which is doing much better. Which is making them crazy. So now they call Comicsgate a hate movement. For no reason at all, because they're crazy. So this started off when they released this alternate cover. Let me open up this page so you can see it. Freaking awesome cover they released there. This alternate cover by Jay Lee, and he's also done a cover for one of these Comic Gates book called Cyberfrog. Again, beautiful freaking cover. And he's just a professional artist. He got his work, and so then Tom King saw the mob coming for him because he had touched somebody who had touched Comicsgate. So then he might saw himself getting cancelled. So he put this thing out on Twitter saying, "Oh, Jay Lee's a bad boy because I'm upset with them." And then over the subsequent 6 hours, Jay Lee was starting to get cancelled. It was getting like tons of calls. It was an ugly 6 hours until Tom King said, "Oh, spoke to Jay Lee, and he didn't even know about Comicsgate. He opposes hate in every kind." Yes, yeah, I would think probably so did Hitler oppose hate in every kind. Yeah, everybody justifies their own hatred, don't they? He opposed hate. Yeah, we all oppose hate. And it's best possible outcome. And this which essentially called the dogs off. So then, a couple of days later, Jay Lee gave, I would say, just a perfect response. This perfect adult response where he essentially said, "Listen, arsehole." But he didn't say it that way, because he said it in a much more professional way. He said, "Listen, I stay off of Twitter because it's a vile, disgusting place. I spend my life avoiding it because it's full of crazy, terrible people." And then I was dragged into it. The day I was dragged into it? There's a day I took my beloved dog for surgery, to see a surgeon. Unfortunately, he died. He couldn't be saved. And this was the day they were going to take him, I think, bury him, and have remembrance. So they had a special day planned for him. And instead, it was filled up with, like, death threats and hate, all this stuff spurring at people that didn't know him. And so it ended up with Jay Lee saying, Tom King's tweet calling dogs up said, "So best possible outcome, we're all good." So Jay Lee in his response said, "We are not all good." It was like really bad. But he's also said, "We're not starting a conversation. This is ending it. I'm not part of any group. You're all insane." Basically what he said. So he then got quite a bit of heat for that. I'm not sure he did it on purpose, but Tom King then went on to post a bunch of pictures of him and his dog for the next couple of days. Apparently he does that normally. I don't know, but gee, really? I mean, honestly, I think that's more insensitive than when Roseanne intimated. Used the word ape near Valerie Jarrett. Now, I just want to say, as an aside from that, if you're not a racist person, and you don't immediately get the connection between calling somebody an ape and calling and their skin color being black, it takes you a minute. I mean, honestly, that's just how I imagine that's probably what happened there. I think it was brilliant. So anyway, so then he's been hounded on Twitter as being the massive douchebag cuck that he is, Tom King. To which he finally issued an apology. So this caused Rich Johnston, they said, the propagandist in chief over at Bleeding Cool, head to explode. Like the end of Indiana Jones. Like he was melting like the witch from Wizard of Oz. He wasn't happy about it. So let's read his incredibly butthurt reporting on it. And I can't believe he even reported on it. On Friday. I love it when he puts on his serious voice. On Friday, comic writer Tom King issued a statement on Twitter. See, they're not putting it in to make you see what it is, but no. Criticizing his publisher, DC Comics, for commissioning a cover for his Rorschach comic book from Jay Lee, as Lee has contributed a cover to Ethan Van Sciver's leading Comicsgate crowdfunding titles. Yes. And again, calling Comicsgate a hate group is evil. It's an evil act of hate. I maybe I'm more sensitive to this. I'm Jewish. I'm a rabbi, but I've done like a lot of work in propaganda, specifically how through the ages Jews were depicted, and they would do exactly that. They would say, "Well, of course Jews, use Christian baby blood in there." They would just take this incredible lie and just say well, that's not even in question. Did you know about it? That was the question. Same thing. No, so they want to say Comicsgate is a hate group. The people who are full of bile and hate want to say it's a hate group. Knowing Jay Lee, I suspect that Lee simply hadn't heard of any of these issues regarding Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate. Nobody. What are the actual issues? Listen. If Jay Lee did a cover for a book that was out and out racist, like openly racist, not like a wink, not like an interpretation, but like say, we don't like you because your skin color, we don't like you because you're Jewish. Fine. At that point, when it's a National Socialist from Germany, 1930s propaganda book, That's racist. Although, by the way, interesting enough, you know who did the artwork for a lot of the National Socialist, I can't say their name on YouTube, but you know who actually did the actual work for them? That was Jews. That was Jews in, they got better parts in the ghettos or concentration camps or wherever they were, if they would work on it. So that's basically mostly Jewish artwork doing that. That's a bit of a weird thing to think about, but okay. You know, it's kind of, have you ever seen the English TV show Hello Hello, which is really funny? It's so politically incorrect. It's set in France during World War II, and he had like the spies, and but it was a comedy on it, which is the weirdest thing. And at one point, they had to get the German officers' uniforms replaced because British airmen took them. It's a whole, I can't even remember. And so they had them made in London. And they realised they're going to be made by Jews in Savile Row. And they said, so the two guys say, I don't think we're allowed that. I think that's against the rules of the Yahtzee party. So I feel kind of similar there. Anyway, I digress. So let's still talk about this. I was just doing a couple of covers for an old friend from the 90s. And so it came to pass that that's just what I was able to report. Tom King then sent out a conciliatory message to Jay Lee for trying to destroy his life. Yeah, for trying to disingenuously destroy his life because he worked with a group that wasn't a hate group that they want to say is a hate group, right? So that and I say his apology was to Jay Lee seemed like a reasonable apology. Calling Comicsgate a hate group, not so much. So today, Tom King. Yeah, I mean, he's writing this like, someone's announcing the death of Nelson Mandela, the death of somebody. Today, Tom King issued the following statement on Twitter as he deleted his previous messages regarding Jay Lee and the cover to his Rorschach comic book. He tweeted the following statement. As I have done privately, I would like to publicly apologize to Jay Lee for my actions a few days ago. If you've got to I did a video on it the other day. Jay Lee's response was brutal and fantastic and adult. Oh, so good. Actually, a few days ago, I should have talked to Jay before I sent the tweet out about him. That put his career at risk. The reason he did that, because he didn't want the mob that he is a part of to turn on him and eat him. I think them turning on J.K. Rowling and eating her has terrified them all, because they know it could be them next. They just got to put 1 foot out of line. They got to say one, but they will never say a genuine statement that might be go against their foaming, crazed body. I will do what I can to repair this with Jay, and I will do better in the future. That's their basic go. You need to do better in the future. I'm not going to offer explanations because they sound like excuses. They are. And I'm not asking for forgiveness or understanding. Good, you're not getting. Yeah, I want to be big about this and just accept the apology. I really do. But there's such a part of me wants like a vindication. So you see, this is why it's important to have moral values, which the mobs, the Twitter mobs, the social justice warriors, they have none. But it's really important to have moral values because I want to revel in his pain and destruction and not take this apology. I don't want to accept the apology, even though it doesn't apologize for calling Comicsgate a hate. I don't want to accept the apology. I just want to see him crushed. Okay, that's what I want, right? But that's not what I'm going to go for. You know why? Because I have morals, and I know sometimes you want things that are bad. And that's bad. It is bad to want to crush somebody out of existence. I don't want to be that person. Moral values are a very good thing to have. Maybe any of these people can go and pick some up. It might be a good idea. I'm not going to ask for forgiveness or understanding. Well, okay. I'm just saying I see what I did, and I'm going to try and make up for it. Thank you. I have kept the tweets up until this point to show I was not hiding my actions, and I will now take them down. Again, between man to man, that was fine. But now we get to the real kicker. It is worth noting that while Jay Lee didn't know about either man's guy of the Comicsgate situation, what situation, Johnston? What bloody situation? What is this hate? They like, again, I got Jawbreakers, I got Cyberfrog, I saw no hating. And again, this is somebody who has actually studied in detail hateful propaganda. I have seen none. Can you please show me some? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, the closest they came is they had some villains in Jawbreakers, Richard C. Mars book, who were black. They didn't notice that the story was set in Africa and a bunch of the heroes are black as well. But no, because they're freaking crazy. And Tonking didn't think to even check if Lee was aware. Van Sciver was aware of his how toxic his own reputation could be for other creators. And why is that? Because disingenuous piece of crap liars like you, Mr. Johnston, you put up a false narrative that he leads a hate group, that he's a racist. So if he does have a toxic reputation, it's only because of people like you have worked so hard to put it in. You know, that's the reason and that's where that toxicity is coming from. Not from anything Van Sciver's doing, from you, Tom King too. Well, Jay Lee was commissioned by Van Sciver through a third party. There was no attempt made to let Jay Lee know about the potential issues that might arise. That crazy evil people may try and destroy your lives. Because here's the truth. Crazy evil people may always try and destroy your life no matter what you do. You can't stop living your life because you're scared of crazy evil people trying to destroy your life, like Rich Bloody Johnston. So now this is you can hear the bug up his ass at this point. It's something to bear in mind when some are taking a high ground. Yeah, no, the reason they're taking a high ground is because you are lower. You are low. You are beneath Jay Lee. You are beneath Van Sciver. That's why they're taking the high ground, because they have moral values and you have none. And that is basically the state of the comic book industry that was in 2020. My name is Phil Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.